Hey, how about them tops, son?
All day, SEC boys. SEC, they supposed to be SEC. Jersey all day, baby.
You're listening to the RedOUT podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome into a RedOUT short clip here. This is from our latest episode. Hope you enjoy. I guess what we're really here tonight for is the basketball preview. So Western plays Missouri State, the Bears at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So in about 49 minutes, looks like Western is a -3. Wow.
Yeah.
-3 over the Bears. That is crazy. But we also have a 71% matchup according to ESPN. I agree. Ross and all the guys were talking this week. Missouri State is a sneaky team, and I kind of understand the fear.
Well, I mean, we lost to them last year in Diddle, first regular season game. I mean, that was pretty bad. I mean, I understand there was obviously a lot of new players coming together and playing for the first time. And, I mean, you have that, especially like this year against Washington. I mean, seeing the freshmen is pretty bad for the most part. But, I mean, this year they did lose one of their best players, Elise Johnson. He's on the Pacers now. He's gone. But they still have a good inside and outside threat on offense. So it'll be interesting to see how we actually do in like another true road environment test, because we got to learn to win those games. We want to try to do pretty good in the Conference USA because there's still some pretty good places. But we'll see how they do.
I mean, they've got Dixon. He's a pretty good kid. He's got 17 points per game, shoots 51%. And his free throws, he's shooting 75%. So, I mean, that's remarkable. But who is Western going to play at point is my big concern.
Well, they're doing Hollingsworth now because Anderson hasn't really done much of anything. But, I mean, I know a lot of people haven't really liked Hollingsworth at the point this far. But, I mean, he still looked all right at the most recent game that was in Diddle. It was the Tennessee State, I think. So, yeah.
Of course,
I think he'll be all right.
It could be the caliber, too. I mean, Tennessee State may not have the same caliber as Missouri State as far as defense goes, so I don't know. I am concerned, but we'll see.
I think the problem is, yes, Hollingsworth is less than ideal at point guard, but he's a much more natural point than Anderson is. I've never seen Anderson. It blew my mind that they had prepped him to be point guard, and I don't know if it's because they thought he'd be just explosive or he'd draw attention so it frees up the 2 of the 3. I don't know. But I'm going to be real happy when Bearden gets back, and I hope he shakes off the cobwebs quick because we need him badly.
Oh, most definitely.
I agree.
Most definitely. My thing is, I wish that we could get, we could spread it out a little more and get Bassey. He's doing good, but I just haven't seen a lot out of him, and
He's shooting 100% from the three-point line, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's a great free throw shooter. He's no Shaq by any means, but I just
100% shooting from downtown. Like, he hasn't missed a 3 yet, but he's only 3 for 3, so that doesn't really count.
No, he's doing a lot better than I would. Not saying anything, but
Same.
but I just, as a number 3 overall, I just want him to go out there and just dominate. That's what I'm expecting, I guess.
Well, I think he's still a little limited because of his knee injury.
Okay.
I think that's part of it. I don't know if the brace has come off completely yet. I haven't been able to watch a lot of the games. More of a listen and follow kind of thing.
Yeah.
And additionally, I do think that when you don't necessarily have a good flow to the offense, that the whole game of literally just get it to Bassey can get you in trouble fast because A, he can get in foul trouble. Because we know he is a little aggressive. He can struggle with control sometimes, even though they can't hack a shot him, which is nice. I think we do need another scoring option from outside of 5 foot, which I'm not saying we don't have, but it is difficult to get into a flow when you don't have a good facilitator, actually running the offense. I think it's difficult.
I think
defensively we're pretty decent, but
we do have Jared the Savage. No, you're good. Jared the Savage playing out there, who's doing remarkable. He's doing a great job. I don't have numbers. Let me see. Here we go. Let's get full player stats. But
yeah, I mean, Jared Savage is absolutely a shooting threat. But when you don't have like the pieces moving right, that flow, that sputter and stop that we've seen, they'll get hot for a minute or two and then really sputter, and we just haven't. We've seen a complete game like out of West Virginia. I mean, we've seen a few complete pieces, but we haven't seen it consistently yet. And I'm really hopeful that when we get Bearden back, when Banton gets a little, I'd say a little stronger, a little bit better head on his shoulders, a little more experience, you're going to really see this team like take over. And I just hope that it's sooner rather than later, because they've got, like, I've got all the Sagarin ratings up for the rest of the non-con, and there's some really good chances, assuming they don't drop like one of the bad games, to get some super duper signature wins.
yeah, I mean, there's possibilities for the guys. I mean, they can really do good. I know I kind of wish I had Matt on here tonight as well. He could talk girls. I don't follow the girls as much. It's a lot harder to get to listen to them, so it's harder for me. But I think the guys are going to win tonight. I'll go ahead and throw that out there. I think the guys are going to do well. I think we're going to see some progress. I mean, they kind of have to, don't they? I mean, you
would think. I mean, being 3-point favorites at home. So we talk about that, right? Or not at home. 3-point favorites on the road. So that's like 6 points at home. You'd be. So they're probably about like a proper like neutral court. They're probably like 5 to 6 like point favorites. So the 3 accounts for Missouri State being at home. It kind of scares me. Especially that the line is that close. I mean, I'm looking at the Sagarins right now for Missouri State, and they're ranked 201 currently. Western's just hovering around 100, kind of like at 99.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of discrepancy in a Sagarin should be more than 3 points. I'm going to look at what exactly that calculates out to. But it does scare me that we're in their house, especially considering that we lost to them last year.
Yeah, I mean, that's, of course, I've been to Springfield, Missouri. That's where they're at. I've been by their basketball arena. I haven't been in it. I've been to their football field. And, I mean, it's a nice area. Really pretty area. Not a lot there. Obviously, it's God knows how many miles away from St. Louis or any major city. But, it's a great town. Great, love the environment there. But there's always the potential to get upset. And being away from home, the guys being younger, I mean, it could happen. So just hopefully we'll see what happens.
Jared, do you know how big Missouri State's lineup is? I don't have them. I didn't prep good enough for the show. Do you know how big they are inside?
I'm not. I see like the scores. Like I'm seeing who all they've beaten. They haven't really beaten anybody impressive. They've lost.
No, they beat like Oral Roberts,
Murray State, teams like that. They beat Oral Roberts, Robert Morris, and Stetson. But none of those teams are any good. So, I mean, we'll see. They've played some tough teams, but I don't think that they'll actually have... I am worried because it's a true road game, and just because Western's team is so young, that you never know what you're going to get. There's always going to be that inconsistency, especially on road games that are always an issue. But I think that they have the talent enough to squeeze by about at least 3 points. I feel like even if it's just a close game, that if we pull this one off and win, that I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, no. In this non-con right now, like I'm looking at the rest of it. There's just a few games left, and this is absolutely a don't lose kind of situation for at least 2 of them. So you've got Missouri State at 201, and I haven't looked at the net yet because I think it's kind of way too early for that to be settled. But Missouri State at 201 in the Sagarins. You've got Troy at 216. Those are 2 you can't afford to lose, even if you just go and you win by a point or 2. I don't care. I mean, winning by 10 or more, if you win by 10 in the net rankings, they count it as like a little bonus, but you don't have to put anything other than higher than 10, they don't really care. So as far as like, this is a must win. I mean, I hate to keep on that like pie in the sky thing of Western getting an at-large because the Indiana State loss is so bad. I mean, it's so bad. But if you look at what they've got left, and this is, all just non-con stuff, you've got Wisconsin is like 13th. St. Mary's is 58th. if you look, again, you can't lose to Troy because they're 216. Arkansas is 43rd. And like I said, Wisconsin is a top 20 team. So as long as you don't lose these two, like the two, I don't want to say gimme games, but games you have no business losing to teams that are ranked in the 200s, and then steal 2 out of the 3 like top 50 wins, and then again, don't drop anything stupid during the conference season, I still think there's a chance that they get looked at for an at-large. But again, if they drop either Troy or Missouri State, you can blow Wisconsin out by 30 points and nobody's going to care.
So, Jared, do you think is a chance for an at-large?
I will say, I agree with all that you've said, but one staple win that I feel like if Western got would help them so much is at Belmont. I feel like if they are able to pull off a win against the Bruins down in Nashville, I think it's next week. That's always an NCAA tournament team. They're always one of the best teams in the OVC. But, our 3-point defense has been very sketch up to this point. And Belmont likes to shoot a lot of threes, and they also make a lot of threes. So that's something that we better hope that they have a cold night for sure on that one, because that's a trap game. I don't know if we'll get that one or not, but that's going to be a tough one.
And Ed, like you said, it is at Belmont. So, yeah, and go ahead, Jake. Sorry about that.
Well, as I said, and it's fine. And they're 6-1 right now. And, like Jared said, at Belmont is super duper hard to win because they're always a really good, especially like you said, 3-point shooting team, which we kind of are trash at defending. And they're a top 70 win. They're currently 68th in the Sagrants, which I keep quoting the Sagrants because I like the Sagrants. I like Ken Palm too. The Net has said that they look at all of this stuff and will continue to bind it up in their rating. So Belmont is 68th right now. I don't know what they'll be when we play them, but you're talking a top 70 team. The same thing can be said of St. Mary's. They're not too far ahead. They're only 10 spots ahead at 58. If you get a Belmont and you get, so let's say there's four more good wins in the non-con, right? You got Arkansas, Belmont, St. Mary's, and Wisconsin. Wisconsin will go a long way because they're thought of pretty highly right now. They're a top 25 team in the AP and a top 20 team in the advanced metrics. You get a Wisconsin, you get a Belmont, right? So that's a mid-level win. You don't drop don't drop the 200 games, and that builds your resume, and then you hope that the Marshalls, NTSU is probably not going to be that good, but whatever, that a couple of ODU, that a couple of your conference games can bump you up. And again, it's all about, we've got at least one signature win, and you hope they continue to do better. But for Western, it's about not losing these, because one bad loss for a group of 5 is just, it just throws you right out of the run, unless you balance it out with some big upsets, which we're going to have to do, obviously.
Theoretically, in the next, besides Missouri State tonight, like you said, you've got 5 games. The probability of beating Arkansas, I would say, is pretty high. Wouldn't you agree? Arkansas just...
I would... Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast.
Yeah, I don't think... They're 5-1 right now.
I think they are starting to receive some votes as well in the AP Top 25. So, I think they only have 1 or 2 losses. So,
they're kind of getting
their life together a little faster than we probably thought they would up to this point. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, I was going off of us beating West Virginia. Maybe I'm a little high on that. So, surprisingly, okay... Just looking on ESPN here, Western right now is 51% to Arkansas's 48%. And I don't have a lineup yet.
Arkansas, right?
Yes?
Yeah, I think it's at Arkansas this first round. And so is there a point spread for that yet?
No. There's no point spread yet. Yeah, it is at Arkansas. I'm sorry.
So you figure at least 4 to 5 points. Arkansas favorite Western dog, which is honestly... I don't know. We often find that Vegas doesn't watch some of the group of 5s closely until closer to tournament time. And we saw it with Western in football this year. The spreads were stupid. It was...
Obviously, they weren't paying attention.
Made a bunch of money. Yeah, they weren't watching. They just weren't caring. They're like, oh, yeah, Western by 10. You're like, what?
Yeah, that's kind of... even with the FIU game, I went, ugh, no, that's not right. That's one of those... Well, that's one of those you wish you had somebody there to throw money at it. Be like, yeah, right. throw $10,000 on Western to cover, because that's not going to happen. But
Dude, I'd even do that money line, like FIU to win.
Yeah.
Give me $800.
exactly. But like I was saying, though, with the next 5 games, so we got, at least 3 that are gimmies? Is that a good
I would
bet?
say you've got 2 that you cannot lose.
Okay.
And that's Missouri State tonight and Troy. I don't know if any of the other ones are gimmies. I think you stand a good chance to beat Belmont because you are probably more athletic if you can limit their 3-point shooting. You got a shot at Arkansas and a shot against St. Mary's because St. Mary's is a little down. And whoops, I think my phone started going off.
No, you're good.
And a chance against St. Mary's. Wisconsin, I just don't know. They're thought of pretty highly, but I think because of Western Sound, I think because of Bassey and because of Murray and because of Hollingsworth and Savage, the way these guys can turn it on, like I don't think Western doesn't have a shot at any of these. I think the likelihood of going, let's say there's 6 more games, the likelihood of going, only losing 1, like only dropping Wisconsin, I think that's pretty slim. But it's totally ability. You get your 2 at Missouri State and Troy. You don't lose those. I think you could get 2 more. I don't know which 2 they are, but I don't know. I think that there's 2 gimmies and that's it. And I don't think there's any more than Missouri State and Troy.
Okay, so while you were talking about the chances, I looked up some of the ESPN predictions. And I got one more, so just give me 1 second.
There you go.
Now, come on, Mary. Come on, Mary. Give me Mary's. You know how it is. Your computers always go slow when you want them to go quick. Okay, so just jotting these down real quick. Okay. So yeah, I know I'm one of those that read it and I mouth it at the same time. WKU versus Belmont. Okay, so what are you thinking the percentage of victory is according to ESPN against Belmont? Let's just say greater.
I would
than
definitely
50?
have Belmont. Definitely have Belmont in that.
Okay, so Jake, you think greater than 50% or under 50%?
When I think it's greater, but not much. I was going to say 59%.
No, actually, Western is at 47% versus Belmont.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
Versus
At
Troy.
Belmont.
Versus Troy. Jared, what do you got? Over or under?
I'd definitely say that Western would be big favorites in that. I hope so.
I would too. Jake, what do you got? Over or under?
I'm going more specific. I'm going to say like 62%.
91% chance to beat Troy.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, St. Mary. Over 50, under 50?
I'd say over.
What'd you say, Jake? Sorry?
I say under, like 48.
Okay,
47.
so Jared said over. Okay. Jared would be correct. It is 73%.
Really?
Yeah, I know, right? And then WKU versus Wisconsin.
I'd say under.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll give you it's under 50%. I will say, do you think it's over 25% or under 25%?
At this point, under 25%.
Jared, what you got?
I would agree.
We're at 43% against Wisconsin.
That's not bad.
No,
That's not.
When I was looking at this,
I don't know if they're watching.
I know. The numbers is what cracks me up because I was like, Belmont 47. Ooh, okay. I'm hearing they're pretty dangerous on the 3. Yada yada yada. And then I was like, Troy 91. Good God. I mean, even tonight we are. What did I say? Like 53% or something. I don't remember because I have the memory of a goldfish.
It is just interesting to see like how different they are from like other stuff. Like
71%.
Like some of the 70.
71% tonight. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable at it's 91% against Troy, and I definitely don't feel comfortable in the 40s. I mean, I guess maybe because we're at home for like the St. Mary's and the Wisconsin game. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know either.
And that's when Diddle Arena should have an actual sellout up to this point, because all the games up to now have been announced sellouts, but I mean, all the season ticket holders haven't shown up to one game yet. But for St. Mary's and Wisconsin, both of those are during the holidays, so you should expect like a full Diddle Arena for those two.
You would think. I agree, Jared. You would think that they would be jam-packed in there. Wisconsin, definitely.
They better be.
Yeah, I mean, really. And you got to be loud and got to be on your feet and not sitting down.
Yeah,
Complaining.
seriously, student section that apparently sucks now. What in the world?
That's so sad.
That's like a Rupp Arena thing, you know?
Yeah, right? All the old people sitting down. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's
What's
like...
funny is it's not even just the old people. It's like the student section's like sitting down and being stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be loud. That's kind of the point of an arena. I mean,
Yeah, and Diddle's not huge, so it's not hard to make it loud if people are energetic and there's people. I mean, it doesn't have to be a full actual sellout for it to be a really good atmosphere.
I think you
Just
could
gotta
have...
try.
I think you could have about 25 Matt McKays and it would be really loud in there. I'm just saying.
Matt McKay's, always.
Yes, that's what we need. We need more Matt McKays. So
Agreed.
until we learn to clone Matt McKay, let's just. I don't think the world could take 25 Matt McKays. I love Matt.
it's something the heck out of some
Let's make it
insurance, though.
7,500. Just in a Diddle arena full of Matt McKays.
Oh my God, 7,500 Matt McKays and Diddle. I think that place would collapse. I really do. I think
that'd be bad.
that would be really. It would be really fun to watch, but it would be bad.
So Devin says it would be fun to watch 7,500 people perish tragically. Yeah. Only something I'd say, man. Come on.
They're clones. I mean, then
They're not real people. I mean,
No,
they have
they're
like brains and
clones.
stuff.
Clone
but only the
lives
original
matter.
counts.
Yeah, Jared. Clone lives matter. Sorry, buddy.
That's right. They do.
No, I guess we'll try and talk a little Lady Topper basketball, just to kind of, well, what did I do with it? There it is. So since last week, the girls won. Did we talk Morgan State? They beat them 90-43.
Just that they beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, they beat them almost 2-1 on points. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a good game.
And they beat Arkansas Little Rock 68-56, which is
Sunbelt days. Yeah.
Yeah, those are crazy. And then they've got Bellarmine Saturday at 3. So
That's a hard game. Bellarmine is always a good team.
let's see. I wonder if they got any lineups on this game yet.
Any lines? I doubt it.
Yeah.
I can't find a strength of schedule. Ain't no way you're going to find a line.
Yeah, it doesn't even have Bellarmine's last 5 games.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
So
think.
that's even worse. Yeah, so there's no... Yeah, this has Diddle's capacity at 8,100. That can't be right.
Yeah, I think the most that we've had was like 7,600, and that was against Middle last year, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, middle last year was 76 and some change, or 77. It was pretty crazy.
So I guess I kind of left this off because I wasn't thinking about it until y'all just said that. But Middles is also a loser this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, they are.
I love it. You don't know how much happier that made me that was on national TV. That they lost.
Come on,
Monday
man.
Night
That's great.
Football.
Yes,
I'm watching
Monday
the
Night-
on-man segment of Monday Night Football, and I see Rick Stockstill, and I'm just like, oh, this is so good.
Yes, I mean it's the greatest thing, and I just from personal experience and from what I've heard from Travis Helton, Middle fans are such little babies. It is the greatest thing.
They are. It makes me happy to troll them.
Well, they didn't show up to the Conference USA Championship game in their own stadium, so, I mean, that's pretty sad in itself.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the clip from our latest episode. Subscribe for our weekly RedOUT podcast, and always remember, go Tops.